Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging well. Coming at you with thoughts of the day. Boy, it's hot out here. I got up late today. I got up at 7 o'clock, as I always do, to use the facilities. Went back in, just lounged around for a minute, woke up at 9. I don't really like the 9 o'clock wake-up time. I like to at least be up by 8. For a while, I used to be up at 6, and that was crazy. Okay. I was going to do a video today based on the comments made by Jordan. I'm not going to do that right now because I really want to... First of all, I want to take the time to quote him appropriately. Oh my, peace sign wasn't showing. But last night I listened to an interesting interview. There's this series, maybe some of you have even heard of it. It's called Project Camelot, and it's sort of more or less esoteric. I don't know how to describe it. Fits in a lot of different things, not just all esoteric. She gets into like the secret space program to... aliens, everything from that to Zionism and world banking and, just everything is covered by this woman. I've always found her to be a bit abrasive and her, I don't know, I find it difficult to kind of be on the same wavelength as anybody that doesn't understand sarcasm or a quick joke or, a quick put down or something like that. I make fun of myself as much as possible, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't see her really doing any of that. And that's okay. But, somebody will say something kind of jokey and she'll take it personal. I don't care for her delivery, okay? God, I don't know why it's not like I look at this woman all the time. The reason why I tuned into her, actually, was because she was interviewing that Robert David Steele, I believe is his name. I always want to call him Michael David Steele and George Michael Steele, but I think it's Robert David Steele. Former CIA guy. He teamed up with Cynthia McKinney. He calls himself more of a right person, but I don't see him really that far right. I think he has a lot of ideas that I wouldn't associate with that, but that's okay. And Cynthia McKinney, she used to be a congresswoman for Georgia. I don't know what district, but she was basically run out of town because she didn't sign that AIPAC pledge where you have to pledge your loyalty to Israel above the United States. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it really is true. Yes, Virginia, there really is an AIPAC pledge. So, anyhow, they have teamed up. And you know how at the end of my videos I always... Well, first of all, he's a little bit abrasive as well. So I think this interview was kind of interesting because it kind of put that other lady in her place. I think her name's Carrie. I don't know. It just had her a little bit clutching her pearls, which, oh my God, Bob Dylan, one of my commenters, said that every time that I say clutch my pearls, it puts him in the mind of anal beads. I'm sure. Oh, God, ladies and gentlemen. So whatever floats your boat. It's none of my concern, really. It's hilarious, though. So where was I? Yeah, she was a little bit taken aback because the Steele guy can be a bit abrasive. I don't know where I fall with him. I don't know if I... trust him altogether or what. I get kind of a strange vibe, but it could just be because he has an abrasive personality. And, I don't really think I get along super well with people with abrasive personalities, although I can usually charm the pants off them. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you find that hard to believe. Okay. You know how I sign off my videos by saying, let's, what do I say? Blah, 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 blah. Drop your political identity. Let's focus on issues. He has a different take on that. I don't think I'm going to change my sign-off over it. Maybe I'll add to it. But he says, let's not focus on issues until we get this government cleaned up. And evidently they have this idea, and they're trying to get it to Donald Trump, where, a lot of our Congress is compromised because of blackmail. I know it's hard to believe, ladies and gentlemen, but people are caught or oftentimes put into compromising positions, secretly filmed. Maybe they were drugged. Maybe they didn't know what they were doing. Nonetheless, they're blackmailed. So what he wants to happen is for Trump to give some sort of, what do you call it when you do preemptive pardon of these people, but under the stipulation is they have to come clean as to why they're being blackmailed, over the years. What the hell is it? What's going on? And he will pardon that congressional individual. I suppose if it was murder, he couldn't let him go on that, but, then they can really work together and clean up things. And what the idea that he put forth in the video, and I guess you can go to Unrig, I don't know if it's unrig.com, unrig.org. I don't know, I'm sure you're an expert at looking things up. You can go over there and check out what they're doing. Is they're gathering like all the congressional districts in the United States of America, and they're gathering people from all creeds of life, everything, black, white, yellow, green. I'm sure he did say green, but I think he meant Green Party. And you're going to approach your congressman for your district, clearly, and say, listen up here, MFer. You have to sign this, what do they call it, a pledge, this thing. You have to sign this that says that you are going, you're going to partake in this thing where you come clean. And also that you will not sign the AIPAC pledge. You'll unsign it or get rid of it or not follow it or whatever. So that way you can hold the people's feet to the fire and say, if you don't sign this thing, this let's clean up government, let's come clean, let's be honest, let's get in the game thing. I don't know what it's called. If he were here now, he would totally be bitching at me for not reading it, because that's how he was with her. She's like, wait, I'm understanding this to mean X, Y, and Z. And he's like, no, that's not what it means at all. It would really behoove you to look that up. And she's like, okay, but she needed to be put in her place because she's like he is in female form. Okay, so then if they refuse to do it, that's when you say, hey, listen, you're going to get voted out, which I don't know how. And he has ideas about, they both do, Cynthia McKinney and Robert David Steele, about, going to paper ballots, having a citizen oversight committee, having the votes counted on the scene right there with total oversight. So shenanigans couldn't unfold. Now, there's always going to be a way to do shenanigans, ladies and gentlemen, but I think this is a really, really good idea. So I suppose the purpose of this video is to gently yet effectively ask you to check out this Robert David Steele and Cynthia McKinney Unrig, UNRIG, one word, that's their hashtag. I'm sure you can look it up. I'm sure you can find it. And you better darn well read the stuff without making a video about it prior to reading it, I'm sure. That's all. I have to get back to work. Actually, things are going pretty well today on deadline day. I've been selling a few here and there. So, Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging. We're coming at you with thoughts of the day. Please join together with me. Drop your political identity. Let's focus on issues and focus on cleaning up the government. And we can make this world a better place one day at a time, baby.